Hey guys, and welcome to the 4th episode of this Bradford Road to Glory series. We are making signings based on data only. In this series, the players can't be older than 24 and we're going to focus mainly on players from the United Kingdom and Ireland. In this episode, we're taking a look at the first ever youth intake for Bradford City, and it's not even that bad. Other than that, we're also taking a look at the very close race for the final promotion spot, because the first two have already filled in and I will show you that in a bit. And third, we are taking a look at the end of the first season, see how we did, and hopefully we managed to get the promotion to League 1. Starting off with the youth intake. As you can see, it's not been that good, it's not been that bad, but we have a good intake. Some youngsters that don't really match, but I still brought them in because of their personality and some good stats. And then we have one very promising player in here. Cian Phelan doesn't look that good at first, but the reason he already has 1.5 stars is because his physical ability is already pretty good. 14 acceleration, 13 pace and 15 natural fitness means that this guy, if he develops well, could be a starter until we're in the Premier League, I would say, but of course for that he still has to improve a lot more. Other than that, we have Elliot Hudson, also a very good player, not as good as the previous one, but still quite okay. He does lack a little bit in the mental department and he only has 5 acceleration. Of course this guy, further than that, is pretty good with his 13 finishing, but he just needs to improve a lot more, and especially his physicals need to be a lot better if he really wants to go somewhere. Then lastly, we have Andy Massey, who has mentally very good attributes already. 14 technique. Other than the 14 technique, he doesn't have a lot, so he's going to need to focus more on his technical side. Physically, 17 natural fitness, which of course is very good. And if this guy just also develops a little bit more, he could also help us, I think, until the championship, and after that this guy might fall off. But anyway, let's just see how these 3 guys might develop, and I will make sure that they get some playing time in the first team whenever I have some friendlies or some games that don't really have any meaning to them. As I said in the intro, let me show you how close it is in the League 2. We are currently in the final promotion spot, but we have the same amount of points as MK Dons, Sutton and possibly Doncaster if they win their next match. Other than that, Crewe, Wrexham, Mansfield and Wimbledon are also very close, and as you can see, there's I think 10 teams just 10 points apart, and we still have a couple of games to go. We still have 5 games to go. We're playing Gillingham, who are in 11th, Salford, who we should win easily, then Warsaw, who we should also win easily, and of course Newport. And I say should win easily, but check this out. We've lost against Forest Green and Notts County, and those were really tough losses because Notts County right here are in 22nd and Forest Green are 22nd and Notts County is 21st, so it wasn't really good for us, but it is going to be very close. And I just wanted to show you this because of course now I'm going to be simming to the end of the season, and let's pray to God that we don't have to play the promotion qualifiers, because the playoffs of the promotion are really tough. So let's hope that we can stay in 3rd position, reach the automatic promotion, and then that will be the end of the season, and that will be the perfect end, because going to League 1 means more transfer budget, more wage budget, so more money for us to spend on new players. And the money we really need, because our overall balance is pretty low, so we can't really afford to stay another year in League 2, and if we do, we need to let go of a lot of big earning players. So let's hope that we really can get that promotion going. Hey, 93.5% of you are not subscribed to my channel yet. Please do consider subscribing, as it really helps me out a ton and it keeps me motivated to make more awesome content. With that out of the way, let's move on to the video. Were we able to get the promotion? Let me show you. We were winning, and after that we lost. But then there was the critical game against Walsall where we got a red card, but unfortunately we did still win from a goal from Alex Patterson. Then the last game we won against Newport, but of course we lost one. But was it enough to get promoted to the League One? Yes, it was. Look at that on goal difference. We have gone through above Doncaster, of course Stockport and Colchester, way too powerful for this league, but we went through 19.7 points. We're promoted to League One, and that means also more transfer budget. 35k in wage budget and 18k in transfer budget is absolutely insane. We're going to be able to buy so many new players from this. I'm so happy that we actually got the promotion in the first season already. That's absolutely insane. Anyway, there's going to be an end of the season review in a little bit, so let me show you what else will happen when we move to the League One. Earlier this season I started the Continental C license for Jake Jacobson, and he's actually completed them in 4 months, so very nice for him. That does mean that Jake Jacobson now looks something like this. So he's gotten a lot more coaching attributes, and as you can see in the mental department, more level of discipline and people management, which is very good to see. Of course, whenever possible, once again, we're going to try, if we're able to go for the Continental B license already. I'm not sure if you are, maybe we need to be in a higher league before the board would approve it, but hey, at least we're going to try. Without asking, you get nowhere. The board initially declined my request, then I told them I really wanted it, and now they're giving me 6 months to complete the Continental B license, which will make the attributes for Jake Jacobson even better. So that would be absolutely fantastic. 2 more things worth mentioning is our supporter profile update. We now have 61k followers on the social media, 3k more than last season. Then also in the club vision and expectations, these are the expectations that we're working with. So as you can see, we need to play attacking football, possession football, make the most of set pieces, entertaining football, and high tempo pressing football. I think some of them we're doing, but as you can see, not very important. What is required, however, is to work within the wage budget, and we will try to do that. Also, grow the club's reputation is desired, but of course we're doing that if we go through the ranks of the English footballing pyramid. Maximum 1-year contracts for players over the age of 33. Of course, not really relevant because we're not getting in any players who are older than 24. However, if they stay at the club, we need to make sure that they don't get a contract when they're over 33. Attempt to avoid relegation from the Sky Bet League One. Well, that does seem a little bit negative. Of course, we're going to try to finish top half, of maybe in the middle, but not in the lower leagues of the Sky Bet League One, because I think the level between League 2 and League 1 are still the same. Anyway, if that's all, let's just go ahead and click accept current vision, and then these are the things that we're working towards. But of course, to avoid relegation, nah man, we're going for a mid-table finish in the League One next season. Some of you might also find this interesting. This is how much we've earned this season. So as you can see, a couple of millions here and there. Then also 3 new deals, probably because we've gone up in reputation and also into League One, so we get a lot more bigger deals. Then also, this is something that I think is new for this year's FM. You can see here how much you're projected to earn because your ticket prices are going up. So they're €1 more expensive this season, of course, since we're playing against better opposition. So we're also gaining more from the season tickets, which is always nice to see. It just gives you an impression how much we're going to earn. We're earning almost 6 million from tickets. That's a lot for a League One club, I do believe. And last but not least, the end of season review. Let's start with the new arrivals, and of course Jake Vokins is in here. This guy has absolutely been great for us this season. 20k with some installments, 4 goals, 12 assists in 21 games. Absolutely great to get him in. Also, very happy about Sam Shearing. Not too great of an average rating, but he really boosted up our defense and made us a lot stronger in defense. Also, Gene Kennedy, 22 games, played very well in the absence of Smallwood, so really happy to have brought him in. He also developed quite nicely, but he could still improve a lot more. And of course, Kyle Taylor, didn't really see a lot of him this year, but 2 goals and 3 assists in the games that he played is still very good. He played a total of 17 games, 10 as a starter, and this guy, he's going to be a backup. He's a good backup and he's very cheap, 1k a week, so he will be around for a long while still. Then the season results, and as you can see, we had a pretty tough start, but after that we kept on winning, and we did pretty well. MK Donsk also won the playoffs, so they're coming up with us to League 1. I think that's really expected. I also thought Wrexham did really well, but they just didn't make the playoffs. Otherwise, they could have also been promoted back to back. Anyway, in the FA Cup, we didn't do so well, getting knocked out by Exeter, and also in the Bristol Street Motor Trophy got knocked out by Barnsley, and actually Grimsby won this, and they're also a League 2 side, so very impressive that a League 2 side can actually win this. And also for the Carabao Cup, got knocked out by Bolton Wanderers, who I think are also in League 1, so we'll be playing them next season. As for moments to remember, the match to remember, a 4-1 victory over Gillingham. I don't really think that was a big one. Then Notts County, which also wasn't very interesting, but this game 3-3 against Wrexham, where we scored the goal of the season apparently, that was a very good match from us. All goals scored in the first 50 minutes, but that was a very good game. I think we came back a couple of times. Yeah, we were 3-2 down and we came back, so that was nice. Anyway, onto the finances. I already showed you this a little bit, so let's not dive into it anymore. And then how we lined up, how our team did, and as you can see, the wingbacks from us are very important in our game, and also Jake Young performing pretty nicely. As you can see, still a lot of upgrades to be made here. We're not performing quite as I would like to, but at least the wingbacks are doing really good. And as you can see, top scorers, 18 goals, Alex Patterson, not too bad. Brad Halliday, who is unfortunately leaving the club with his 14th assist, is going to be missed. But of course we have a lot of transfer budget to make sure that we can buy a very good replacement for him. Then as for history in the making, nothing's really here. Manager timeline isn't very important. But of course we are celebrating that we're going up to League 1. One last thing before I end the episode. Since we're moving to the League 1, we are now getting 560k in finances, which means that we're almost out of the red zone, which is very good to see. So hopefully League 1 will bear us more fruits, and hopefully we can turn around the finances very nicely so that we're not half of the season in the reds. That's going to be it for this episode of Football Manager. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you've enjoyed, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below. And also, if you have an idea for a challenge that we can do for next save or also for this save, please leave them down in the comments and I'll have a look at them. Stay tuned for the next episode, because we're going into our first ever season in League 1 and we have a lot of money, quote unquote, to spend on new players. And also, of course, we do need some quality players for League 1. Next episode, I'm going to be showing you how I do all my signings, how I check based on data which players I want to bring in and which players I want to let go of. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and watch the next video. Take care for now.